Digimon Story Time Stranger DLC number 2 just dropped a couple days ago, and I'm here to tell you if it's worth it. This game is slinging DLC like hotcakes, man. Just a couple months ago, DLC 1 came out, and now DLC 2 is already here. But is it worth it? Well, if you've watched my DLC 1 video, it's probably gonna go the exact same. I came into this thinking that, is the story gonna be interesting? Probably. Are the Digimon going to be cool? Well, we've seen them from before the game was released. We knew what the Digimon were, to be honest. And are there going to be any game changing systems? No, probably not. And all of that was pretty spot on. The story is again incredibly short. Took me about 2 hours on the hardest difficulty to beat without losing any fights and not skipping any cutscenes. Probably a little less than 2 hours. It was really short, and the story is pretty straightforward. It goes about how you'd expect with a Bancho Digimon. Bancho Leomon comes in, you see him, you become friends, you go and round up the other Bancho Digimon, involving boss fights with all of them, and then you fight the big bad of the DLC saga, which is Parallelmon. Through all this, you get to see some memory fragments of Hiroko from a different timeline, although it is pretty similar to what you could imagine what would have happened if you didn't save the world, essentially. You see her journey about making her anime and having that anime reach you, much like you've learned in the real story of why she was making that anime to begin with. So nothing crazy story-wise. You learn some fun facts, you meet some new Digimon. It's nice and wholesome, and it's pretty good, but it's not like the original main chunk of story. It's just not long enough to grab you. 2 hours just, it's a side story. So, take it or leave. What they did a great job on, however, was the Digimon. I think all the new Bancho Digimon are pretty awesome, and they actually made me like some Digimon that I would have never used otherwise. Now, the Digimon, I think they did incredibly well. I think Bancho Leomon is just a hit. Leomon is awesome, fan favorite. Make him a Bancho version, fight with your fists, that type of thing. Pretty cool. What I did not expect to enjoy so much was Bancho Mamimon. I hope I'm saying that right, because Mamimon, there was just no redeeming qualities to him in like a regular plain old Digimon. But Bancho Mamimon, for some reason, his personality speaks to me, what you learn in this story, and his moves are pretty sick. The other Banchomon you got were Bancho Golimon, Bancho Lilymon, and finally you got Omnimon Merciful Mode. Yes, another Omnimon. We knew it was coming. If you know anything about me in my first video, what I said, I am a certified Omnimon hater. I do not like the original design. I think Omnimon Alter B, I believe it was, with the red and gold hands, I think he is the coolest so far. I really liked Merciful Mode when I first saw him, and then I don't know. It just didn't grow on me as much, but that's all just opinion. If you like Merciful Mode, then you're going to like this DLC because it is pretty sick. And I do think he has the coolest sword attack in the game, but he has might be the weakest cannon attack in the game. So, take some, you win some, you lose some, huh? But beyond that, you got the voice lines, you got the graphics. You didn't really get anything new. There's no game-changing gameplay, and for $10, I just don't know if it's worth it. So here's really the deal. If you're going to use these Digimon and you're going to play through the whole game again with these Digimon, which I think you could, I think there's the 5 options here are better than the 5 options in the first one, in my opinion, because I don't need 3 Omnimons. But Crest Garurumon and Blizz Greymon were absolutely sick. And if you're going to make another playthrough with these Banchomon, which I think could also be sick, because I do like most of their attacks, even the martial arts, the lackluster punch ones, I think are pretty flashy. So there's potential there. You can get a lot of playthrough, and for $10 you can get another playthrough. It'd be awesome. You get your money's worth for sure. If you're just gonna log in and play the story and log out, I don't know if it's worth it unless you're just fiending for that Digimon. So that $10 price, I would say usually not worth it. But this game is beloved by me and beloved by many. And I did buy it, okay? Not just for the review. I played it and I enjoyed my time. So who am I to say don't spend your money, okay? Choose how you want to spend it. I'm just letting you know I don't know if it's worth $10. Maybe buy it on sale. 50% off, $5. I think that might be worth the time. You know. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, YouTube stuff. I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just here making videos and enjoying it. Peace.